Hey guys, this is a card reading for the month of April, okay? So I've got 4 groups here and an oracle card as well. As always, if it resonates with you, amazing, take the information. If it doesn't, it's okay. Right, so I'm an intuitive reader, so there's certain meanings of the cards and I read it in my own way, how I interpret that, okay? So it's not always specifically like some tarot readers will say, this card means this in the book. I'm an intuitive reader. I work by energy and what I feel and the words I hear as well. So let's start. We've got group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. We are going to move these away and work on group 1 to begin with. I'm sorry if I seem a bit off. It's been a long week and I get really severe migraines when it's really busy at work. And it can be really hard to connect at times. So sometimes I have really long breaks off. Right, so here we go. Group 1. For me, this is actually about a relationship. And I'm going to move this one over here because I feel somebody that could have a love interest or they're already in an established partnership here because this means stability. Nothing is yet set in stone. And there's actually unhappiness about this. And you're not actually too sure if you want to continue with this person. I just feel like, I get the word satisfied. I just don't feel you're satisfied in this relationship. And you're looking at all the things that you want in it and not the good things that you could have, basically. And in a way, I feel like you've almost grown apart and you've grown as a person. And whereas in the past, you might have relied on this person a lot to make you feel good about yourself and to give you that security, you're coming into a place now where you're coming into your own. And you don't really need somebody to give you that peace and security because you're finding it for yourself anyway. This card is always amazing. It literally means a wealthy woman dressed in the finest clothes. But for me, it's not about the material aspect. It's somebody that is confident in their own skin and doesn't really need anybody. They know they are enough. And because you're coming into here now, and this is kind of like a brand new energy for you, and you're feeling really good as a person, and your self-esteem is starting to grow, and you're more confident in your abilities, you're starting to see more issues with the person you're connected with, and you're not really feeling happy. And I feel like what you used to put up with, you're not going to put up with now. And this is where this is coming in. And the High Priestess literally is always like trusting your gut. It's that horrible feeling when you're being with somebody and you try and make it work, but in your heart you just feel like you're growing apart and you might not like them as much as you used to. And you try and force it because you just think maybe it's going to turn around. But to be honest, if you have picked this group and this resonates with you, I feel this feeling is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger through April. And by the end of April, you might have to actually make some serious decisions about this connection, whether to let it go or not. This is coming in now, and I don't feel this energy is going to leave in April. I don't think it's just going to be an off day or two. I feel this is going to continue for weeks and weeks, so you're really unsure about whether to go ahead with this. And this is actually really interesting because this is the Moonology Oracle deck, and it says here, nothing is yet set in stone. So basically, it's not really the stability that you had before now. Nothing's set in stone. You're changing and growing as a person, and you're unsure what to do now, And I mean, I've just pulled another card here. And the Six of Cups does mean, in a way, this person here reminds you of, they could have been in your life for a long time. This is usually somebody from your past. It could have even been an ex. This is like the families and people in your past card. So I feel this has been like somebody that's been around you for years and years, and you know them really well. And you're just growing, and you're a different person. And then if we pick this card as well, I've just picked this one from the deck, okay? This one is the Nine of Swords, and that means this is actually causing you a lot of anxiety, a lot of sleepless nights, because you know you're drifting apart. And it's like you're 2 different people now. And I do feel by the end of April coming into May, you will have to decide whether basically they can catch up with you or not. I feel it's more to do with they need to catch up with where you are now, because if they can't change, I do feel like you might just walk away from this, to be honest. Because it's just this whole thing is this new energy coming in where you're confident, you're happier, you feel good in yourself. And I just feel like it's almost holding you back a little bit. So that is for group 1. Some big changes to make there. And again, guys, listen to your gut. Don't feel like you need to rush on a decision like over 2 days. Usually try and leave it at least 6 weeks if you can, Just make sure you do the right thing, especially if you've been with somebody for ages and ages and years and years. And sometimes we could think the grass is greener. And then it's only after you regret it, it's too late to go back there. So don't force yourself, don't rush yourself. Let it come naturally. And these feelings will develop and get stronger over time. And you will just know in your gut, it's time to walk away now. Right, group 2. We've got a lot of people walking away at the moment. It just seems that everything's like walking away. All these cards are about walking away. But guys, this is another one. The lovers means, for me, this is somebody that's almost like friends with benefits, a fuck buddy, sorry for the language. And they come and go as they please. And they've been doing this for a long time. And this is the point where you pretty much had enough. And you're like, you know what, I'm done with this shit. I'm so over it. Because we haven't got any cards in this reading here that actually say that it's a really stable relationship or anything stable. It's just the lovers here. And you're looking back at this connection, and in a way you're finding it hard to move on because they're still tying you down. You're still looking back and thinking of all the good times you've got, all the chemistry you have together. And in a way with this group, I feel like you're waiting somebody to change. But I just don't think it's going to happen with this person. And especially because we have this in the Monology deck, it's time to take action. So that's pretty much saying you can't keep going the way you've been going, because some people, I've done it myself, can wait months, if not years, for somebody to turn around and change. Because when you're together, you do know they genuinely love you and they care. But at the end of the day, if after months and months or even a year, they still aren't offering you any form of commitment at all, the balance is completely off and you're doing all the work, it's not good, guys. And you could regret that time you're wasting on this person. So I feel with this, you're actually sad, because in a way you feel like you do need to let them go. And that's you turning your back and walking away, you know? So I just feel this with this person, it's almost like you've had enough, especially because, like I said, it's time to take action. You know what you need to do and you don't really want to do it. If we go on to this is completely different for me. This is not love at all. There is some good news financially, okay? Page of Pentacles nearly always means good news coming to you money-wise. So on that aspect, things are actually going to improve. I just pulled one more card here as well, and it's the Seven of Swords. So again, it's like what they're saying isn't matching up with their actions. This is about lies and deceit, or them not being open and truthful with you. And again, I just feel this person, they might be with you and tell you everything you want to hear to get into your bed. I know that sounds terrible, but I really pick up that with this group, you know, like sexual gratification. They do love the attention you give on them, you know, you give to them, but then they say what they want to kind of see you again, and then they just leave again. And then it's still the lover situation back and forth. I just feel friends with benefits of this group that you would like more and you're not getting it. And I just pull one more card for this group here. Now, if this resonates, guys, we do have a King of Pentacles here. Now, I don't always like to say earth signs. I like to say earth personalities, which means this kind of man is extremely stable, okay? He's very, very down to earth. I love the way I said stable after all this, guys, but usually he's the kind that will be very, very careful with his money. He's usually an entrepreneur, a businessman when he gets older, basically, okay? And he's the type that doesn't usually make rash decisions like a Wands might do, the fire energy, really quick and sparky. He really, really puts the basis on things and wants everything to be perfect before he considers. He almost sees marriage as a business deal at times as well, you know, and he won't really push that until he knows he's ready in himself. So this guy is a slow burner. These are really slow moving, and I just feel it's going to be too slow for you. It's just going to be too slow for you. You don't feel like you're getting anywhere. He's telling you what you want to hear when he wants to see you, but then he disappears out the door again. And guys, sorry, I have so many women I read for. I have to stop saying he, she, you know, because there's obviously guys that look at my readings as well, so I do apologise for that. It's just out of habit, because that's who I usually read for, literally 98% I would say. I love to read for more guys though. It's nice to see their perspective on relationships as well. Right, group 3, here we go. Oh, we got some love going on here. So I'm going to pull another card or two in a second so we get a better idea of what's going on here, because this is quite an interesting one. It's kind of quite split, because in a way you've got a King of Cups, which again I would say water personality, extremely sensitive, caring, giving, loving man. In a way they might be a bit too much like that for you. You know, you want them to be a bit more maybe alpha, and sometimes this sign can come across as a little bit clingy. They want to know where you are all the time. They're just too keen, which at times can put you off. And I really feel, oh, actually, I've just looked at this properly now and it's really coming to me, guys. I thought you had the choice about doing your own thing and having freedom or having the relationship. I see it completely different now. I feel this man is offering you something and you're not actually sure on him. And in a way, you're moving away from what he is offering you, which is a love and a relationship. Because sometimes even though you know they're a good guy and they're good for you and you've got the balance and everything you need, you do still need that spark and that attraction. And I feel if you pick group 3, you're kind of lacking that with this person. It's just not really, you're just not really feeling it. And if I pulled a card here, which is the 8 of Wands, and again, I feel this is more around him. I feel this guy's actually moving pretty fast here, and he's really coming at you and saying, in a positive way, you know, he really, really is into you, but I just don't feel you're into him. Because, there, guys, there we go, it's amazing. Because the 2 of Pentacles means juggling balance in your life. And I feel the balance is off here, because I feel he's doing all the hard work to get you, and here's you on this side, wanting to play the fool party. I'm kind of joking, but wanting to play the fool, have a laugh, and you're moving away from it. So it's almost like he's coming in with all this energy, positive energy, like, I want you, I want, you know, give me a chance and this kind of thing. But the balance is off because he's the one doing all the work. Your heart's not really in this. I just feel if you're in group 3, there's a lot of uncertainty around this person coming in, okay? And you're moving away from him. You're actually moving away from his energy. And then we have the Fool here. On the plus, it does say here, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So I do feel you're going to get answers soon as well. I'm just going to pull one more for here. Now, this isn't connected to here. For me, Queen of Cups is actually, I actually feel this could be either a mother figure, okay, or a female friend that kind of can mother you a lot. And I feel like you may have had like confrontations with this person. It's been a very difficult couple of months. And the end of a tough cycle for me is healing to do with this female figure in your life. And again, actually, she is the Queen of Cups. And yet, look, we have the 7 of Wands here. So this is somebody that could be very, very defensive and get their back up very easily if you call them out on their actions, especially if it's the Queen of Cups, because that's a water sign like me. And we get very, very defensive at times because we can hurt so easily. So I do feel that's actually going to clear up, guys. So that resonates with you. I do feel the female in your life, very sensitive, loving person, cuts very deeply, you know, depending on what you say to them. There's going to be healing around that situation. Right. It's nice cards today. They're kind of linking well when I'm pulling them out. Right. Let's do... Ooh, what's this about? This is going to be an interesting one. So let me just take a second to look at this story quickly. And I just want to know what's hidden here, because it's saying there's something you don't know about. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. That's a new start mentally. Creative. Okay. And I'm just going to put 2 or 3 more because I want to get... Oh, okay. Wow. This is a person. Now, for me, this is actually more to do with career here and studying and things like that, okay? If you wonder why I pull so many, sometimes you want to know if it's going to be about a love reading, if it's going to be about career, and for me, this is more of a career one, actually. This is actually all to do with, I mean, if it's a love reading, it could be sexual energy, but for me, this is all to do with career, pentacles, studying, education. It can even mean stepping up in your job and going for promotion and specialising in something in your work as well. And you've had a lot of time here, and I feel there's a lot of uncertainty in your workplace, and you're not committed to being there. You're really not committed to being there, and I feel COVID might have really held you up here because you've been wanting to get out of here for a long, long time, and you haven't been able to. I just feel like it's just dragging on and on and on. You're like, am I ever going to leave here? And I feel you're going through a time in your life where you're extremely creative if you're this group. These like artists, writers, graphic designers, you're just, makeup artists. You're just extremely, extremely creative. And the job you've got now is not doing it for you. And you've had a lot of time over the last few months thinking, do I want to carry on and do this? You're just not feeling it. And the moon also means kind of stuff behind the scenes that have been hidden as well from you. And I just feel in a way, if you've got this group, that there might be some people you're currently working with in your career that are really getting ahead of you, even though you've been there longer. And that's because it's all about who they know. I just really sense that if it's group 3 here, sorry, group 4, it's all who you know here. And emotions are running high. And I feel because in a way, this group here feels overlooked in their career and they're really not happy with where they are. And they know they've got the skills and the creativity and they know they can specialise and be on really good salary if they want to. And they are trying to get out of it. They really are. And you're just not committed to this right now. You just everything about this job and this career you're in now, you're unsure of. You want time out. You know what I mean? You feel like everything's slow and stagnant and boring. You're not committed because this means no commitment in love readings as well. Now, good news is, even though we have this card here, which is the 10 of Wands. Now, the 10 of Wands means where you've taken too much on. The balance is completely off in your life. and you just feel like everything's too much and you're about to break. Like this guy is struggling under the weight of all this, okay? This is how you feel you're ready to break. You need to let something go. Now, this whole situation, and I do think this is linked with COVID as well, and even people trying to job searches and not being able to get the job they want. It's been an absolute battle. Everything's been delayed. It's taken ages and ages and ages to get to where you want to go. You feel like you're losing hope. The best thing about this group, guys, if you pick group 4, is this is victory. Now, this is actually a guy that has gone into battle, and it could have been months or years and years, and it's been bloody hard. But it's victory, and you will get through it. That's the best bit. So all this uncertainty will become clear, okay? You do need a course of action, though. You do. You can't just sit there and expect a job to fall on your lap, for example. If you want to change your career, you need to put the work in to get to where you want to go. And take baby steps and plan it. Planning is essential if you're in group 4. The best bit is, after all this battle, you will win. You will have victory. And this is the card of success. So the Magician is all about success and being successful as well. Now, with this group, you are really worried about your money and finances. You're holding on to it because you're terrified of losing your savings and things aren't going to plan. But overall, guys, I do have success for this group and things are going to work out for you. Okay? So, yeah, look. Just pulled another one. A painful decision needs to be made. So if you pick group 4, I'm not sensing any love cards at all for a love reading. For me, this is more about pentacles, career, not being happy with where you are. You know you've got a difficult decision to make and you need to move on. Unrelease this burden and really go for what you want to do, okay? And that is it for April. I nearly said March then. Nightmare. Long week. But again, as always, guys, take what resonates with you. If it doesn't, that's absolutely fine. It's okay. It's fine. I know me, when I look for tarot readers, I have 1 or 2 pick a card readings that I check out. And I use them specifically because they, you know, them as a reader, it just resonates for me. Every single reading they do. And that's absolutely fine. It's no issues of you finding what suits you, you know. But anyway, if you wish to subscribe, subscribe. And then comment below any readings you would like me to do, guys. I will do them for you next week when it gets a little bit calmer again. All right. Love you all. Bye.